Okay, this is our little baby. We didn't know whether he was going to live. We didn't know whether she was going to live. And she's hungry right now, so she's biting on Miracle's fingers. Her eyes are not open yet. But she's very hungry and squirmy. Okay, she's going to give her a bottle now. We have to wrap her up.
Listen, I'm
Is she purring?
No, she's not now. Look at you. You biting Mama's finger? You guys stop biting Mama's finger.
So what are you doing?
So I'm putting the baby in the burrito because we're such a squirmy little child. It's the only way we can be calm enough for Mama to get the bottle in her. Oh, we have escaped fingers. Hold on. Rewrap burrito. There we go. So this is the only way to keep me from moving around so Mama can put the bottle in my mouth. Did you open your mouth? I'm starving. I'm starving to death. Now look at me.
This eye on this side has just started a little peep. You can just barely see it opening. We've had her now, what, for a week and a half?
Yeah.
So she was younger than we thought she was when we got her.
She still had her umbilical cord.
Yeah, she still had her umbilical cord.
Her eyes were just definitely just plastered shut because they have just now even thought about opening. So I drank out of a syringe for my first probably 5 days. But she got to the point where she'd suck the syringe dry by herself. But we figured out that the bottle, the nipple just needed to be opened up a little bit more because it was only dripping. And she just couldn't get enough out to make her happy. So she'd suck for a few minutes and then she'd just be like, I'm not doing all this work. So we opened up her bottle a little bit more. And so now I can drink all that I want to out of this bottle. And she'll drink this whole bottle empty within 3 feedings. Almost. So I was starving to death. Oh, she's purring now. She's purring.
If I get closer, it'll be blurry, but you might be able to hear her. See that eye opening? She's got her belly full now.
Come this way. Where you going? What you doing? What you doing?
Now, this is how we're feeding the little fella. We've got the Kitten formula, and it's only good in the refrigerator for 14 days. Well, our kitten is so small, she will never drink this much milk in 14 days. So I do not recommend this to anybody. I am just saying this is the way we do it. These are pint jars, and I have filled them halfway up with the Kitten for everyday use. I'm going to put these in the freezer so they'll keep longer. And what I'll do is I pull them out. I will mix them half with goat's milk, because goat's milk is, well, as a matter of fact, I was told by the store manager that the dry milk in here is goat's milk, but there's just other things like more fats and stuff added to it for the nutrition of the kitten. And we have been feeding this little kitten this mixture for 3 days now, and she does not have her eyes open yet, and she's doing very well. So if you have to feed a little kitten that small, We use a dropper. She is so tiny. She's not big enough yet to suck out of the little kitten bottle. We do have one, and when she gets more aggressive eating, we will give her that. But right now, we just have it in a little dropper, and she's sucking it out of that very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 4 jars in the freezer. They are marked Kitten on top of them, so we don't get them mixed up with other kinds of milk we have in the freezer. And as I pull them out, I will fill the other half up with goat's milk. We have a goat in milk right now. And then the milk won't get old as we use it. So like I said, we are no experts. I have raised little tiny babies like this before, and this has worked for us. But you may want to get an expert or whatever. But a lot of people just don't have access to goat's milk, and they just use a formula like this. And this comes in the liquid or the dry, and if you get the dry, of course, you just mix it up as you use it, and that works wonderfully too. So, but we use the goat's milk just because we know goat's milk can feed deer, goat's milk, it can just feed puppies, everything. So we have it, so we're going to use it. So that's a little update on the little kitten, and we will come back for updates with her very soon. She's just now learned who we are and to follow our feet. I'm not too sure about that. But if you hear that call means I'm starving to death. And if you don't feed me this very moment, I'm going to die. That's her call. She was fed 2 hours ago. And you can tell by her girth that she's not starving. But she thinks she is. Okay, she's found the dog toy. First teaspoon of kitten food mixed with her milk. She'll find me. Meow. Come here. Come here. Meow. She don't know how to eat. She's about 3.5 weeks old, and we're introducing her to the canned cat food mixed with a little bit of her goat milk. She's been on pure goat milk for about a week. We were mixing the goat milk and the kitten formula half and half, and we put it into small jars and froze that, and as she used up a jar, we would get out another one, and that lasted about 2 weeks. I had stuffed her little face in some cat food last week, and she wasn't at all interested in it. So this is the first time she actually went to it and is eating it up. I'm not letting her have much. Like I said, this is a teaspoonful, and because her little body's never had meat before, so it's going from milk protein to a meat protein. And we're just going to take our time with that. Okay, there's her daddy, who will give her a bath when she's done. This is her. This is why we can't feed her without wrapping her up because she swims the whole time. Look at the belly. It's not even, it's empty. Yeah, there's her daddy. No bath yet, Boone. Just wait. He's ready. He's on standby. She is now in her taco. She's singing and screaming at the same time. And this is how we feed her. Here we go. Oh no, we got a hand loose. Oh my goodness. Can you hear her singing? So she's full. And we're going to unwrap her out of her taco because her daddy there is ready for her bath. So we give her one every time. So I gotta get the milk off the face. And he is in charge of all bathroom duties. And he loves this job. So let's unwrap her here. Check the belly, make sure it's full. Yeah, I think it's full. And we will put her on her blanket on the floor. And he does cleanup duty. When she was little, he'd flip her all the way over, and we'd have to fight him to leave her alone. But she's gotten to where she'll stand on her little rug and just brace herself because he licks so hard. He's just got a bigger tongue than a mama cat. But he's a good daddy, aren't you, Boone? Are you a good daddy, dog? Are you a good daddy? Yes. Is that your kitty? So she knows that's her little base. She stays safe on that blanket. She'll wander around, and we'll put her back in her box after she has some little leg stretching time. And then she goes to sleep until her next feeding. Usually after this feeding and her playtime, he just loves that kitten. After this feeding and playtime, she usually sleeps for another 5 hours. But she is now sleeping all night long, so we don't have to get up in the middle of the night anymore and feed her. Now she's ready to travel.